everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's video. Today's video is actually very spontaneous. I hadn't planned to film, but I've just gone into my son's room. So if you're new here, firstly, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. My name's Emma. I'm a mum of 3. I've got 2 girls and a boy. My boy is my middle child, who's just turned 10 in the last few weeks. I've just gone into his bedroom because I was actually looking for the cushion covers for my autumn pillows, which I haven't managed to find. I've just been pulling everything out of the iron cupboard, and I honestly don't know what I walked into. At this point, I'm actually fed up of asking him to clean his room. Now, I am very much for the kids having jobs and those jobs being done, and the kids doing them. So there's definitely jobs in this house. This bedroom has got so far out of control. I asked my husband to make sure it was cleaned, that Ollie cleaned it last night, and he did, but there's just so much to do that it's just too much for him. So I thought we would go in, give him a helping hand. So obviously the kids are at school. It's a Wednesday today. I don't have to be at work for about an hour and 45 minutes before I have to leave. So I thought we're going to go in and we are going to get a big chunk of this done. That way I can actually go through everything and get rid of things without him. He's a bit of a hoarder. So I thought I would film it for you because, I mean, it's bad in there. It's really, really bad. So I'm just in the process of making my shake. I'm going to do that now so I can take it out with me. We'll have our breakfast on the go and we're going to tackle my son's absolutely disgusting bedroom. And then once this is done, he needs to maintain it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. I'd love to have you as part of my YouTube family here. We're on a mission to hit 10,000 before the end of this year. And I'd love it if you would help me do that. And let's jump into the video. Okay. You know when you just don't know where to start? I'm at that point. Right, let me flip the camera around. This is your like 2-second warning to prepare yourself. Ready? Okie dokie. So his room is, I mean, the door is being changed because this, I just can't. So his room is not small by any means, like not a lot bigger than Penny's room. So we're at the point now where he is refusing to give up the Lego table. It doesn't fit anywhere. I kind of just wheel it backwards and forwards because it doesn't, that alcove is not big enough for it to sit into. So that's fine. I've just been in the iron cupboard. That's why it's pulled back that way. But the bed hasn't been made today, which that is the one thing I ask him to do. Bring your dirty washing down, pop it in the utility and make the bed. Like dust in the window, shutters, that sort of thing, I will do for you. But we are, I mean, I am talking all of his birthday stuff is there that hasn't been put away. We've got clean washing there not put away. All like this doesn't even resemble a desk. Kind of rubbish. Yeah, lovely. I mean, please just make me feel better. Is anybody else's children, are they like this? Or is it just my son? Because Darcy is so good at keeping on top of her room. I also, this is going to be an after work job, but I need to run a bucket of just hot soapy water and wash this wall. I don't know if this is picking up. Can you see that? I'm hoping this is showing. Absolute disgusting. The skirting boards need washing. We've got a pair of socks that have been left behind there. Oh my goodness me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start by making the bed, and I've brought a black bag up because, well, it's down there. We are being ruthless and we are getting rid of stuff. So I'm going to start with that and we will see how far we get before I have to go to work. So to start with, we're just going to be tackling this, I'm going to call this a floor drobe. So obviously he's just ignoring the fact that he has got a wardrobe and everything's on the floor. So you'll see me looking through some of the clothes, and don't worry, I've not gone completely crazy, but at this point I didn't know what was worn and what was clean. So one of the jobs that he has to do, I kind of like do all the washing, the ironing. I'll sort everything into piles and then I'll pop them in each room, and it's then up to the Darcy and Ollie to put them away. Which usually he's really good at, but this had just been the point where he was keeping it all on his chair. He'd also had it on this little stool that he has next to his bed and the radiator, so I didn't actually know what was clean and what wasn't clean. So I was looking through everything and there was quite a lot of things that were dirty that needed to be in the basket. So I'm tackling that job, also just making the bed, but I have to rearrange the pillow and the quilt because I don't know what he does in his sleep. It's almost like he has like I don't know, a tumbling match, or he's doing acrobatics because the pillow's all twisted, the actual pillow, not the case, the innards of the pillow. And same with the quilt, it's just crazy. So I'm just starting off with that. The bed does need to be washed, but I was doing that the following day. I just wanted to make sure I was getting a surface, one area of the room that was made and it looked in some sort of order, because I was stood here feeling very overwhelmed. So that's the first job before we move on to the endless jobs. This ended up, as you'll see by the duration of the video, over a half an hour video. Obviously I've sped the clips up. I was in here for basically the majority of the day. It took me forever, but saying that, this was actually filmed a couple of weeks ago, and since I've done this, he has been on top of this. He's been making his bed. I did show on my Instagram. I've got the little pumpkins and things out, and he's been making his bed every day. He's been putting his washing away. So although this took me all day, I feel like it's been easier for him to manage because it's been in some kind of order and he's not just had mess everywhere. So I feel like his surroundings being more organised has helped him. So I say that's a job well done.
Take me back, all the way back to them days. Daydreamer looking at me, have me running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot.
And then I'm still just working on the clothes, just sorting through, checking what's clean, what's dirty. There was quite a lot actually. They didn't fit him anymore that I needed to sort through. So usually in his actual wardrobe, we'll keep like his tracksuits. He has got a couple of different style tracksuits, like his Nike Tech tracksuits. He's also got training jackets. And then in the drawers, that will be his football kits and his training kits. So I'm just slowly working my way through those. There was a huge pile of things that needed to go down into the washing basket, so I'm just doing that, and then you'll see me in a minute just bagging up all the excess footballs because he's obviously got his display footballs on the football racks that you'll see. I always get asked where they're from. They're just off Amazon. They weren't very expensive, so I'll leave a link to those. We do need to purchase a couple more. I think you get them in a set of 2, so we need to get another couple because, as you'll see, he's got some excess footballs now. Literally a bag of footballs. I just cannot. They are going. Now I'm just over by his desk, so this needed a huge sort out. You couldn't even see, he couldn't use it for what it's intended for. There was clothes on it, there was, I don't know guys, goodness knows what. He's also got boxes of his presents. He is a little bit of a hoarder when it comes to shoe boxes, so he had a new pair of trainers for his birthday and a new pair of football boots, and he had 2 empty Nike boxes. So this is why I said I needed to tackle it while he was at school, because there's no way he would let me get rid of shoe boxes. He doesn't use the shoe boxes, he doesn't put anything in them, they just sit empty in the bottom of his wardrobe. So if I got rid of them, and do you know what, he hasn't even asked. Not even asked where they are. So this is just a reason why I like to do it when he's not here. Also, this desk is really good. It's an IKEA one, but in his drawer he has all of his pens and his stationery, so it had got completely out of control. He does have some organisers, but there was a lot of things in there. I even found a big ball of Baby Bell wrappers, like, you know, the ready waxy covers. Like, why? Just why? So I just got rid of all of that, sorted through all the pens that didn't work and that were dry or drying out. It was a good time to go through it all as well, because obviously for Christmas, usually in their stocking I'll get them some new pens, highlighters, just stationery bits and pieces, because he really enjoys that. He's got a couple of word search books, and now he's in year 5 at school, he does have homework, so I just wanted to make this area really organized and just more inviting for him to be able to sit and actually complete his homework, because he wasn't able to do that. And then the cupboards had also been sorted out, so to the left of where I'm standing, it's got a full cupboard area that had been sorted the week before, because I'd actually arranged all of his links, because on top of this desk being like it is, he also had, I'm not joking, at least 10 cans of links, so I've organised all of that for him as well, and it turned out really good. Yeah, it's so organised, and he really liked what I'd done. And then I'm just rearranging these battery football lights. They look really cute on an evening. So he's got a couple of different LED lights that he likes to have on in his bedroom. He's got the ones that go around his bed. He also has some that go around the back of the TV. And then these football ones are just battery lights that I've just hooked over the shelf. And I'm just giving everything a nice dust to make sure the surface is nice and clean. Like I said, with the shelves, not much I can do about those at the moment, because he is very much still on the prime display kick. I'm hoping we grow out of that soon, because I'm forever having to wash these bottles out. But for now, this is what he wants in his bedroom. And also on the back of the airing cupboard door, we also have an empty shoe rack, you know, one of those things with pockets, and he's got duplicate bottles in there as well. So yeah, it's crazy guys. But yeah, just putting everything back now he's got a nice surface to actually complete his work on.
Beyond gravel, beyond all.
And then I'm just giving this area a bit of a sort out as well. There was quite a few football trophies over here. These trophies actually need to go to the football club, because we need to have like a, what do you call it, like a shelf or like a case that you can showcase these trophies in, but they all just get brought to our house, so this is why he's got so many. So some of these aren't his, that are going to stay in the room, but I just wanted to give this a bit of a sort out over here and just make this area a little bit less cluttered. So his PlayStation 5 sits here. I'm just giving this a dust over. I daren't touch anything or move any wires, because actually his PlayStation's been playing up. It's not been ejecting the discs very well, and quite a few times it's got stuck. So I said to Tom, he only had it for Christmas, so I think we're gonna have to send that back and get them just to look at that just before the warranty's out, because I don't want it to be faulty and then us be stuck with it. I'm just sorting out the games, and yeah, he's just got a few PlayStation accessories that just sit under the telly, and this area, that's all that this area is used for basically. He doesn't use the PlayStation very much. This is kind of what I call this, like the dust collecting area. And then I'm just going over his shelves. I'm actually going to sell these Marvel figures because he doesn't play with them anymore. He's got his little newborn hand and foot mold. It's a 3D mold that I had done when he was about 2 weeks old, I think. Pretty sure he was 2 weeks old when I had that done, and I love it. I can't believe he was ever that small. It's crazy. So I love to have that out, but we do probably need another shelf in here. So I probably need to lower the medal one down slightly and then add another shelf in, because he has got quite a few trophies. But I'd like to have a shelf for his books as well, because he really likes reading the Diary of the Wimpy Kid books. So I just want to make sure that we've still got things like that out. But yeah, we might have to revisit this little area. But it's kind of like an area where I can't have anything huge here because I need the door to open, and these IKEA shelves work perfectly because they don't protrude out of the space. So I might just have to rejig these medals around, and then we could probably put shelves all the way to the floor, to be honest, like towards the skirting, because it's not sticking out and it doesn't stop anything going in that area. So I'm just working on that. It gets quite dusty over here, and then I'm just giving the skirtings a dust, and then we will be tackling the floor. Okay, so that's my cue to stop, so I need to get ready to head out to work, and my battery's blinking, so we're going to resume this when I get back, and then I will have my youngest with me. She comes back with me on a Wednesday, so I thought I would quickly show you where we are at, and then the cleaning resumes after. Okay, so I've just pulled all of this out. It's going to go dark now just because it's quite bright outside, so I'm going to dust all the shutters, wipe the window down, wipe in the windowsill because it's very, very dirty. I want to hoover all behind here. I actually think I'm going to get the hairdryer and blast all the dust out of in the radiator because that is very dusty. So I've made the bed, and I feel like that is a true representation of how I currently feel. I feel you, buddy, I feel you. That is football kits that need to go into this drawer here, but this drawer is so overflowing. He's got 2 seasons worth of kits, so I need to go through this with him and just sort all of that out before this can go back in there. So yeah, that is organised chaos. The desk has been done. I know it doesn't look like it, but these are books to go back to school that he's brought home as reading books. That is current workbooks that he's working on. Ignore that, that's my breakfast that I'm still currently drinking, and I have to leave for work in 10 minutes. So this has all been sorted out. I'm thinking I might need to get another one of these shelves from B&M. I think they're £10, but I'm thinking I might pop one just above it because he has got a couple more Prime bottles, and he really loves this Lego that he built, and he likes to display that. So I'm thinking, we've also run out of room for trophies. We're kind of like running out of space here, and he has got some Harry Potter books that I would love to pop up there. So I'm thinking I might get another shelf, and then we can just have a little jiggle around over here. I daren't touch this door as much as this drives me insane. It's like he loves it. Sorry guys, that clip abruptly cut off as I was editing. The battery fully died and turned off. So I'm now back from work, and we are starting with hoovering. So there was a lot of dust on this floor because he's got laminate floor in here. It gets dusty very, very quickly, and you can obviously see it a lot more than if you had carpet. So I'm just getting the surface nice and clean, and I also need to just do under the radiator because this is the dust can accumulate over here. So I'm actually just plugging the hairdryer in and just blasting through the top of the radiator, and you can't see it here, but there was so much dust that came out of this, it's crazy. And then once I have finished hoovering, we will be going in and just tackling the floor and then the shutters and getting the mop up here as well.
Down on the table, knowing there's no way that you'll be able to win this one. But she's somebody else in the making. First, she just gotta stop.
So before I bring the mop up, I'm actually having to just get some of these stings. I don't know if you can see it too well here on camera, but there's some black scuff marks, and it's off of the wheels. So we added wheels to this Lego table. It's just, I forget the name of it. Is it Trojfest, or I don't think it's Calyx, is it? No, I don't think it's a Calyx. I think this is classed as the IKEA Trojfest, where you just, because Penny's got one in her room, but we got this as part of Ollys' 6th birthday present. So he's had it now for 4 years, and do you know what? He loves it. He is forever playing with it, and we got The top bits we just glued down. I got them from B&M. They're just like Lego plates. And then he's had so many different sets of Lego over the years, and we've got different drawers. I mean, they are a mess now, but when he first had it, it was all like categorized in like color, some form of color coordination. Me and Darcy spent ages doing that. I remember I was so heavily pregnant with Penny. It was a week before I had Penny and I was fully in nesting mode, so I sat there for hours color coordinating these drawers. But yeah, the wheels, because originally this table was downstairs, but can you see there, as I've moved it, it's just left some scuff marks. It's kind of like just rubber. They come off really easily, but they just are a little bit of a nightmare. So if I just mop, it won't come up. But I've got a magic eraser here on the floor, and it honestly, it's black. As I'm scrubbing the floor, it's black, and once I finish mopping, you'll see the pad. If not, I think I insert a picture when I'm doing a little bit of an overview of what I've done so far. And it was black, and I just don't understand how the floor was so dirty. But yeah, I'm just going a little bit overkill now with this, a bucket of water, and I'm just wiping all of the skirtings down. I've literally just got Zaflora and washing up liquid in this bucket here, and then I'm tackling the wall. Same bucket. I think I did actually empty it, actually, because the water was brown, and I thought I am not putting that on the walls. But did you see there on that cloth? So this is just a microfiber cloth. I've got loads of these. I keep them in my downstairs in the kitchen. I've got loads of like towels that I use for drying up and wiping down, things like that. And I'm just going over, this paint is wipeable. I think every room now in the house has got wipeable paint, purely for the reason of when he comes in here, I mean, I dread to think what is on his hands, but this is the walkway into his room, so grubby little hands are all over the wall. And yeah, it just shows. Obviously it's a very light color. The rest of it, he's got dark navy, and then the rest of it is like really light, so it shows everything up. So maybe we need to get a couple of pictures or something, some kind of mural on this wall, just to kind of like draw your eyes away from the fact that there's handprints all over it constantly. And then just going in with my speed mop. I prefer to use this on this floor rather than my steamer, and I'm using the new Mrs. Hinch scent. I actually really love it. I don't know if I'm too keen on it for the washing, like the scent boosters and the fabric conditioner. I had a little bit of a sniff, and I don't know if it's a little bit too, I don't know, what's the word, outdoorsy, a little bit too fresh. I'm still really loving the comfort one that I've got, the Heaven scent, so I've stuck with that. But the cleaning products, it does smell amazing. And actually this lasted so, like, it smelled like I just mopped the floors every single day for at least a week afterwards. So yeah, nearly done with that, and I think I show you the pad, but oh my goodness, I can't believe how black it was. It had so much dirt on it, it's crazy. And then onto the shutters. I filmed me doing the other side because these shutters actually open in half, so there's like 2 panels on each side, but the lighting was so dark because it was actually surprisingly bright outside. I know the LED lights in here just make the room look so dark, and obviously the wall colour that he's got, so I thought I'll just show you this side. So usually how I clean the shutters, if I'm being really honest, I haven't kept on top of the ones in Ollys' room. They were really dusty, so I'll just go in with my duster. I just used the flash one, and again, I've got a new head on here. It's in the new Mrs. Hinch scent. It picks up all of the dirt, and then I am just wiping the windowsill because it was quite grimy, though it's quite sticky. I usually have one of those moisture pots in the window. It was completely full, which surprised me because it's been summer and we've had the windows open. It just goes to show you in these older homes how much moisture is actually in the air. So I need to pop another box up in his window, and I need to just check the girls' windows. Actually, we don't have any in our bedroom up in the loft because that is like a new build, if you will, and I find we don't get any condensation up there. It's actually really well ventilated, and the airflow is great. But just downstairs in the rest of the house, I do need to have these moisture box, and it really helps with keeping the condensation off of the windows, especially in the winter months. So I'm just wiping all of the slats over. So once I've gone in with the duster, I just use a damp cloth, again, same bucket of water, and I'll literally just wipe over every single slat. So it's a little bit time consuming. but because they haven't been cleaned in a while, I just thought while I'm in here and while I've already spent most of the day cleaning, we'll just get this job done as well, and then it's just easier for me to just run the duster over and it will just be easier, and I won't need to do this now for another couple of months. Okay, so this is where we are at. So I've just cleaned all of the shutters. The windowsill was really dusty. I've actually cleaned down on the floor. I've done the skirtings. I've just done down there. But he's got a couple of tripods that he uses when he's filming in the garden, his football stuff. He likes to film so he can watch his stuff back. This has all been dusted and wiped down. Now, I do need to sort through the drawers, but I don't think I'm going to do that today. The shelves have all been dusted. This has been pulled out, and I've actually just scrubbed the floor. You probably would have seen me, because this table has wheels on it, but when it goes across the floor, it leaves like black scuff marks. So I've cleaned all of those off, and I've actually put it this way for now, just so it doesn't take up a lot of room. Ideally, I'd like to get rid of it, but he still plays with it, so it's fine, it just sits there. But that is the airing cupboard, so it's just annoying because I have to move it out of the way. This has fully been cleaned and sorted out. I've got rid of loads. The bed's been made. Like I said, representation of me is how I feel after doing this today. So we've got the kits that need to go away there, but he is on his way home from school, and I need him to go through this drawer here. Just the one under it that has all of his kits in. So I'm going to wait for him to get home and then we can do that together. Just because I would want to get rid of like so many. So we actually keep all of his football kits. He's got a couple of boxes under his bed, but we actually could do with they're like that sort of deep, that wide, they're like under bed storage, but we could actually do with just getting a deeper box that we could put them all in. There's quite a few in there that are like a couple of seasons old, so I'm just going to convince him to just get rid of those because he's got so many. There was some from last year that he's only worn a couple of times because he's got so many, he just goes for the same ones. So I think if we just have a good sort through, but I just don't want to do that without him. But other than that, this is a job well done. I am so happy that I've spent today. I mean, it's taken all day, and then now this will be easy for him to maintain, but there's very strict rules. So there's no eating in here, there is no rabbit in here, because I've noticed that his new blanket, his fleece blanket, has been chewed by the rabbit. The duvet is completely chewed, so he needs new duvets. I didn't strip it just because at that point I was like, oh my goodness, it just needs to go in the bin, because it's not just a couple of areas, the whole thing is just really badly chewed. The floor's been cleaned. I cannot believe the colour of the pad. I'm not sure if it would have picked up when I did show you, but I'm not sure if it would have picked up. But I sent this to Tom, but I mean, that was the colour of the pad. Like, and I've got a very strict no shoes inside rule. Ugh, but honestly, no food up here, and it needs to be kept like this. So I think I'm going to convince him as well to get rid of the mini fridge because he doesn't use it. It's plugged in, and it sounds like the fan is on its way out because it is so noisy. Either that, or I'm going to see if we can just pop it under his desk. So I've wiped the chair off as well because that had loads of stuff on. You would have seen me wiping the wall down, so that came up fairly well. There's still a little bit of a shadow over there, but this could actually do with having another coat of paint on. And then I do need to just tackle the paneling, and there's a few patches that just need to be touched up. But other than that, a job done, and happy it's been done. So I'm going to see what mood he's in when he comes home as to whether we tackle the drawer now. I would just like to get it done, and then I could possibly work on these drawers here. So if that is the case, I will insert that now. Okay, so they still aren't home from school yet, and I figured I would just start on the drawers I wanted to sort out. It shouldn't take me too long, otherwise I'm just going to procrastinate, put them off, and it won't get done, and then it'll be something else that I just feel like I need to tackle it basically while I'm in the mood. So I'm going to pop my Audible book back on. I'm still completely obsessed with anything Frida McFadden. I'm currently listening to The Perfect Son. I haven't got to the twist yet, but I just know. I've only got an hour and 20 minutes left, and you know when it's coming to the end of these books and you know the twist is about to come? So I don't know if I'm prepared for this twist, but we shall see. So I think I'm just going to take everything out of this drawer. Oh my goodness me. And see what we find in here. But I mean, there is just odd socks galore. Does it look cleaner in here?
Yeah, it does. It's never clean in there.
No, I know. So I'm just gonna do this. It's been driving me mad. So he got quite a lot of grip socks, things like that for his birthday, and just hasn't put any of them away. So we're gonna do that. So I like to keep. So typically this is the underwear drawer at the top. So his like underwear, he doesn't wear pajamas, but he's got a couple of pairs just in case he ever changes his mind, and his normal like everyday socks. This one, what is in this one actually? Oh no, I lied. This is pajamas and swimwear, so I do need to go through that one. And then this one is more football, like, and shorts, but not football kits, and grip socks, and then skins, things like that. And then this bottom one is more kits. That wasn't how it was meant to be, but we will, whatever works for him. So, yeah, I'm just going to do this because, like, honestly, I just don't understand. So I'm just tackling at these drawers. Like I said, I'm just popping everything into pairs, and I'm just having a little look through to make sure all of these clothes in here are actually clean and don't need to be popped in the washing basket. And then I'm having a little bit of a jiggle around of what is in the drawer. So what I ended up with in this drawer I'm working on now is all of his grip socks I popped at one end, and I kind of put them in some kind of colour order. There was a couple in there that had that I knew were too small and the grip had worn off, so I just got rid of those. And then I sorted out the bottom drawer. So he's got his club kits that he plays for and trains for in the bottom drawer, and then the drawer under his bed are his kits of teams he supports. That way it's just easier. So when Tom says you're going training tonight, Ollie, you need to wear this kit for this game, it's all just in one place. And as you can see, he's come in and he's approved because he's up there he's looking through trophy, how I'd arranged it. So there's some things that he wasn't quite happy with that he's having a little bit of a jiggle around on his Lego table. But overall, he was happy. And like I said, he's been able to maintain it and keep on top of the bedroom, and it hasn't fallen back into disarray, if you will. So yeah, like I said earlier, a job well done. I've been putting this off, but I'm so glad that I got it done, and I hope it gave you guys some motivation as well.
Baby, I will show you how you can catch my vibe. And right away, got so much time looping in the blurry lights. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it. You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances say I'm nothing.
But thank you so much for watching today's video. Like I said at the start, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in my next video.
Alright.